What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Put Up. I'm A.K.A. the Wizard. This is where all the untold stories are told. Each week, we bring in a different artist and we tell their story right from the beginning. And this week's no exception. We have Mr. Robin Hood of Rhyme with us today. How's it going, buddy?
Going all right, man. Just battling a little illness and then a little bit of weather in Nashville too, as everybody heard yesterday, probably and across the country actually.
Yeah, we heard it last night. Like you were posting stuff about it, right?
Yeah. I mentioned how one pretty much came right over my house. I didn't see it or anything. I've been in situations that seemed scarier, but it was still pretty scary because I couldn't see what was around me being inside the house. You know what I mean? But yeah, I had one go right by my house.
Man, well, I'm glad you're safe.
Me too.
I heard you're recovering from some like food poisoning today too, right?
Yeah, man, hit me right as the tornado hit me, man.
It hit you like a tornado, eh?
Yeah, I was a target yesterday. I mean, the tornado didn't hit me, thankfully, obviously, but really, we overcome a lot of things, and we have a lot of struggles and battles, and I feel like we all have an equal battle in life. You know what I mean? From some standpoint. So I guess that was mine yesterday and today. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you must be doing something right if you're being attacked. That's how I look at it, right?
Yeah. I was thinking about that earlier, actually.
And, another thing you mentioned was a rumor about a Def Jam studio maybe opening up in Nashville coming up. You said, right?
Yeah, I heard that, and it's supposed to be like I don't know, I have like the specs on it or anything. I mean, I might have to reach out and put some feelers out, but that's what I'm hearing is that Nashville's going to get like a massive Def Jam studio, and so that'll push us. Obviously, probably not equivalent to Atlanta, but you know what I'm saying, that'll push us that direction as far as
that's
bigger
crazy.
studios and stuff, and newer studios, and newer mainly because of course country music. They've a lot of legendary studios around here and in Alabama.
Yeah, let's talk about that real quick too, like the hip hop scene in Nashville, because like Nashville's been forever like that country music place, right?
Yeah,
and it kind of got famous for that. But you have this whole hip hop scene going on there too. Tell us about it.
Well, there's been some. I wouldn't call it significant growth, but I guess you really would call it significant growth because there was nothing there before. But There's something called Skydeck. I mean, there was really like underground culture, and that's it. But this new thing, Skydeck on Broadway, they do it I think on Thursday nights, and they've had Snoop Dogg up here recently. They've had other big artists, and then sometimes they do showcases with like other artists from the city and stuff. And it's like outside, like I was telling you, like it's like on the second level of Skydeck Bar, like on Broadway. So it's a really awesome like vantage point. Yeah,
yeah. And like that classic like thing in a movie you see where like the performance on a roof thing, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And it's pretty cool to be honest. And that's been going for I think about a year now. You know what I mean?
Oh, nice.
And Young Buck, just another thing. Young Buck bought a club from a kind of somebody he knew already where I had performed, and he's putting his name on it. But he's turned it into like the locker room is what's being called. I think they do some music there. It used to be the G Spot Lounge, but you know what I'm saying. And I had the opportunity to meet him and hang out with him before and while that transition was going on, and so that's pretty cool. So he's still active in our city. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's dope.
And making music, he's dropping music too.
Yeah, man, there's tons going on. That's great. Yeah. All right, well, we're going to jump into the interview here. We're going to go all the way back to the start with the thing that my dad always asked me to ask the people that come up here. How'd you get the name Robin Hood of Rhyme?
Well, you say how'd I get the name, and that's a good way to word it, because usually like my former rap names like B Mad or Automatics, and different things like that, like I was given. But this one, after I'd already kind of made a name for myself and I came out of prison and I'm doing this again, like for like a different kind of like for a different reason, I guess, you know what I'm saying? I created this one, and it is what it says it is. It's like vigilante, independence, like it's really a long answer. I'm trying to find a way to encapsulate it so people understand it without going into the depth and detail. But
like it's a big metaphor, right?
The whole name is a metaphor for what I want to represent, you know what I'm saying, as far as like my music and the culture and, in rap and in the future and everything. And kind of a combination too on the side note, like, poetry's always been involved in rap, obviously, but I'd like to bring that to another level, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, like on my Twitter, it says like poet bard extraordinaire. So it's like I can do all things, you know what I'm saying? But really the Robin Hood thing is it's supposed to be a more positive acronym, you know what I'm saying? More positive name and a more it's obviously self-given than like Be Mad, which was for like, it was actually an acronym for my name, but it was also like a shortened version of my name, but it was also like mad, like crazy. And then automatics, obviously talking about guns. So I'm trying to bring some like shed some positivity at times, you know what I'm saying? And build some character around and build and actually transition rap into expanding to more genres and more where it's accepted to be clean. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Christian rap because it's clean. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so that's a cool thing. So like a shift of ethos a little bit from your side, right? Okay, that's cool. Okay, so take us really right back to the beginning then. You had other rap names. Like, where did you get started with all this?
Well, I mean, I was a really, by the time I was like 13, I didn't even have no music. I didn't really own no music, you know what I mean? 14 or whatever. And I was a bit of a poet, but I like poetry. I read poetry, and Edgar Allan Poe was one of my main, you know, people, and then later Robert Frost. But for the connotation of Edgar Allan Poe and being from Tennessee and 3 6 Mafia coming out, and like I feel like they both purvey a sort of sinisterness and darkness. So I got enveloped in the rap scene from that, and I began freestyling. Lord Infamous was like pretty much the originator of 3 6, and you know what I'm saying? Like, so I bit into that, and it developed with me and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And I began freestyling. And you know, actually, I had an opportunity to work with his son, which would have been really cool recently.
What?
But yeah, his son is a little infamous, and so that was really special to me. And to be honest with you, I kind of bit off more than I could chew whenever I quoted my own self because of how much respect I have for Lord Infamous. And then I was like, man, it ain't really worth that. You know what I'm saying? Like when I told him what I would do, you know what I'm saying? But he liked me. Cool. He definitely hit me up. He was looking for a feature, and I dropped some on him, and he was like, "Man, I like this, bro. What you want to do?" You know what I'm saying? I told him what I want to do, and I was like, "Man, I shouldn't have said that. Said too much." You know what I mean?
You live and learn, right?
Yeah, you live and learn.
No, that's a cool beginning, actually. Like as a poet, eh?
Yeah, so pretty much. Really, and that's why I say poet bard extraordinaire, because I mean, rhythm and poetry, and my history, and then you know, future. Yeah.
Yeah, it comes through as like that whole thing about the Robin Hood of rhyme, then, right? Where the rhymes are really the important part of the thing, the freestyle,
right? Exactly,
the actual lyrical stuff, right? That's so cool.
Unfortunately, there's been a lot of and I'm finally getting some algorithm and some growth and some SEO or whatever it is that'll make me like pop up first. But unfortunately, when you used to go type in Robin Hood, you know, typing it out, it'd be like Robin Hood rhymes for kids and stuff, and it's like, oh no. But I, you know, I've grown a little bit, so it's helping overshadow that. You know what I mean, to a degree.
Yeah, that's great because you might have like a feather in your hat and like a bow and arrow on your back, or so, you know.
Right.
It's amazing. Okay, so like, how would you describe your style or sound? Like, what makes you stand out compared to other artists that are in hip hop?
Well, I know what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? And we're all trying to accomplish that in our own way. But I'll be honest, because of this, I'll just be honest, man. I feel like variety is probably right now my greatest asset, and I don't really like that, to be honest. But I'm trying not to be negative all the time and be horrorcore all the time, which is what I was raised on. So I'm trying to build and implement. Like I figure I'm making a bridge because people don't want to listen to cleaner rap or something different that they've never heard or a style that they've never heard,
right?
Without it being somebody that they know who it is, right? So I figured that instead of just trying to build this bridge from one side, I had to go back around and kind of connect the two and like basically develop familiarity with people first and then show them the transition. Like the album that I'm about to do in June is going to be different, very unique and you know, positive for the most part. It's not going to be like trap or horrorcore. But
I love what I'm hearing
about variety. I've done R&B, I've done horrorcore, I've done trap, I've done East Coast, I've done spoken word, and I really can't stop. If I find something I want to do, I do it. You know what I mean? So I have a lot of variety in my. If you look through my catalog, you know what I mean?
Right. Okay. So like, what inspires you like to make your music? Where do you get your ideas from to do all these different genres that you do? Is it just like trying to hit all the different genres, or like where do the ideas come from?
That's what I'm saying. I'm not really. I really don't like that. it just happened like that because, you know what I mean? Just like I just kept going or whatever. I don't really like being identified as somebody who doesn't have a sound. And that's kind of where my brain goes when I say that, you know what I'm saying? But you made a good point. And really what it is, I guess, that inspires me is like the ideas I had for the creation and growth of new type sounds and genres and things that I won't get into because if they come to fruition, I don't want to give it out to somebody else. But some ideas that I had, and then some just simply like message from God or whatever of what I wanted. Like I wanted rap to grow and if it's gonna be prominent like it is, I wanted to like have an opportunity to build all spectrums, like positive street culture and everything from the history and all that, but like positivity too, you know what I'm saying? And like a lot of what we do these days, not we as in me, but as in like the mainstream artists, is redundant and it's been done and been capitalized on, and it's the same people that were putting them in prison, you know what I'm saying, after using their music to, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, like, hey, look, I ain't really want to go into all that, you know what I'm saying, but like I'm trying to like help build to break cycles, you know what I'm saying. So I'm trying to do something different. Like I don't think of myself at all as of like a Kanye, but I admittedly, you know, it could be looked at a certain type of way, but in some aspects, I think like him. You know what I'm saying, to a degree. And from a creative method, of course, I don't know because I've never talked to the guy. You know what I'm saying? But just from being around his music and being and watching it change and watching it evolve and watching how he reacted to it and how he reacts to some things sometimes over a little bit more than he should. You know what I'm saying?
Said some things, you know, like
You know
online,
what I mean? But you know, sometimes a creative genius can be sparked and when like you have like manic or like
right?
ADD or certain things that it really rolls the ball out of control sometimes for people like him or, you know, potentially me, you know what I'm saying?
Me too.
You know,
I've been banned for that whole week, bro. You know
yeah,
me,
been
you know?
banned all week for that one moment of glory. You know what I'm saying? That one moment of glory, you can't even get on your Twitter now.
Yeah, it's just the way life goes, bro. You gotta be a little saucy sometimes, but not too saucy, you know, just on that edge, you know.
So it's that stuff, and it's like I wanted to actually get into NFTs or poetry or something, and it led into rap. I was just trying to build for my son. I'm a single father and a felon,
Right.
and it's really not easy out here. And I wanted to give him something that I didn't have, and I thought this might be an opportunity, something I'm good at, to kind of give him more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna
So
go to
it's
that for
really
a
those
minute.
things why I did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I heard a song when I was going through your catalog. It's about the moon.
To the
It's about
moon.
your
Yeah.
son. That's
Yes,
about
about
your
my son.
son,
I've got a
right?
few songs about him. You know what I'm saying?
That was
Because
beautiful.
yeah, I'm not gonna cut. I'm not going. That's what I'm saying. Like I end up with variety. I'm not gonna cut out my life, and I'm not gonna fake my life and you know, like, not that it would be, but like I'm not gonna make gangster rap, for example, like some people do, and like they really ain't been there, or they think they've been there but they really ain't been there, you know what I'm saying? You know, so that's, you know, it's sad, it's repetitive, and it's a cycle, you know what I'm saying? But so, you know, and that being said, with all that, you know, I really get a lot of my motivation and my inspiration, aside from those two things, what I want to build, I get it from the other side of what I've struggled and been through and all the problems that I've had in life, and that keeps me writing to get it out and to vent, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
You know, so it's a combination, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so walk us through the creative process. Like, how do you go from like that original idea all the way to a finished release type thing?
Quickly.
Do it.
We talked about it yesterday a little bit, but like, man, when I write a song, if it doesn't flow through me, like I will never sit down because I haven't written a song in 3 weeks.
Right.
I have. I can't say I will never. You know what I'm saying? Because if I hit, but I very rarely have I ever really hit like a writer's block. Thank God. But like, you know, when I go to write, like it's channeling through me. It's not like
a flow
forced.
state, right?
You know, yeah. So really, it doesn't take long. You know what I'm saying? What takes long is finding a good producer to work with, having the money to provide for them for the, you know what I'm saying, production and recording perfectly. But the writing aspect of it for me is really not that big of an issue. You know what I'm saying? Like I would say, like, and I told you this, I would say that there hasn't been 5 songs that I've spent more than 30 minutes on just at one time. Like, and I very rarely ever edit. You know, like
talk about that more.
Well,
talk about that because you told me that, right? How you like record one time through almost and become prepared for that beforehand, right?
Yeah, well, it's like this. Like if you're good at something, like freestyle rapping, then when you do it, and which is where I got my start. Like I'm not that great at it no more because I haven't been like you don't ride a bike for a long time, you're gonna feel a little insecure. You know what I'm saying? But like so, freestyle rapping, for example, or like whatever, like you build confidence through expertise, and you build expertise through experience. You know what I'm saying?
Just doing it, right?
Just doing, and like repetitively, just when it comes to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't sit down and say I'm gonna write today because whatever reason. I don't do that. I'm sure there are people that do that, and it probably helps them in a different way. You know what I'm saying? But like I told you the other night, man, it's like if I'm a ancient like a famous painter, and I paint my picture, I don't go back when the picture's done and scrape this and clean that off and like repaint here. I don't want a pine tree. I want a bush, and and then the whole painting's got a bush and it's like in the snow, and it's like that bush should be dead because it's in the snow, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't really overthink my creative outlet. You know what I'm saying? I'll let it be art. You know what I'm saying?
I like it.
Yeah.
We're going to go and hear one of them.
That's pretty much the building of like my, you know what I'm saying? Like how I build, like, you know what I'm saying? Where it comes from. It comes from, the ethos, like you said, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It comes from natural skill and talent, you know what I'm saying? And I just try to refine it by like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes I do edit, and I'm not saying I don't edit or you shouldn't edit. But to be honest with you, I haven't told you this. I'm not really comfortable. I don't really like, and that's part of why, like what I just explained. But I really don't feel good about editing stuff. Like I feel like it makes it chunky. Sometimes they're like cheesy, or like you
gotta have
like,
that.
Have you ever recorded? Right?
Say what? No, like I record all the time and mix and edit stuff for people, right? So it's like you gotta have almost an artist touch while editing, so that you don't hear the edit too, right?
But that's what I was gonna say. Like if you ever record a song and you don't finish it, and you come back to it and you recorded it 2 different times, it sounds different.
Good luck. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Good luck getting that.
So I really just try to let the creative impulse, if I have to pick up my phone and write notes because I'm at work or whatever, and then go home and, record off of those notes or whatever, then I'll do that if it's not a time where I can get to it. But I always let my outlet speak first because, my art is my healing of my soul through like energy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. Wow. Right there, eh? Healing of the soul through the energy of it all. That's crazy. Okay, so we're going to go hear one of your songs now, actually. The first one we're going to go to today for the music break is called So Far Gone. Tell us more about this track, bro.
Well, I'm glad you said that because I was thinking, man, people might want to know what this is about. It's about like, it's with a great artist, Low Key.
Right.
Out of Houston.
Low Key.
Right? And I really I would rather prefer to like put my best music up, not just stuff that I did alone. It just so happens both songs today are features, even though I think they're like some of my best songs. But like it's about depression, subsequent like addiction, and then like demons, and then like finding friendship and finding what you need in your inner peace to like overcome those things. If you listen to like the whole song, that's really where it goes. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah.
Amazing. Well, we're going to listen to the whole song right now, bro. Roll that.
So far gone. Gone, 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 gone. Going down dark roads, I keep it like my height. In this life I know who all my real friends are. Made amends with my demons, cause I've been a fiend once. I know I don't feel so lost. At the bottom I've been screaming, ain't nobody hear me. How'd I get so gone? So gone. How'd I get so gone? So gone. How'd I get so gone? So gone, gone, gone. So far. So far gone, I'm only like lightning. That mean the only time I get excited excited when I know a storm coming. No, it's really like this. In the mind of a sinner or the eyes of a God. Am I right in the middle? Am I doing my part? Got right with myself, not never do wrong. I've been living my life so simply drawn, but I never really like drawn. Inside the lines, hops, Kakatra, tried my part, never was straight, always walk beside them. Want me on the front line, I get lost to inside. Was hoping gon' get me right in the terms of a mindless. I'm feeling the bond, they lie when they say the sky the limit. No, I get higher like smoke, I rise, I float, then go high, but no, I always be attached here. Even when I'm gone, my song live on, this will lose the light. Going down dark roads, I keep a light my height. In this life I know who all my real friends are. Made amends with my demons, cause I've been a fiend once. I know I don't feel so lost. At the bottom I've been screaming, ain't nobody hear me. How'd I get so gone? So gone. How'd I get so gone? So gone. How'd I get so gone? So gone.
Searching for a light, looking for my halo. You never really even know without a light across your path. Who's your friend and who's your foe? All I know is I've been down this road before, feeling all alone, desolation from the bottle. Demons peeping in through the window. But I got blessings from all those calling friends that follow me on, give a lead to the end. So I know the light on my path wasn't my own to begin. And I poured the drink out, smashed the bottle, had to let it go, had to let it go. Now it's the graveyard in my backyard where I buried all my nigga souls. When I found my way home, I had to let them know, no turning back and no I won't fold. And my angels brought me back safe to my halo.
Going down dark roads, I even like my heart. In this life I know who all my real friends are. Made amends with my demons, cause I've been a fiend once. I know I don't feel so lost. At the bottom I've been screaming, ain't nobody hear me. How'd I get so gone? So gone. How'd I get so gone? So gone. How'd I get so gone? So gone.
Welcome back to the Put Up, everybody. I'm A.K.A. the Wizard, and we have Robin Hood of Rhyme with us this afternoon. What you heard right there was So Far Gone. Just quickly, before we keep going in the interview, like, share, and subscribe if you're just joining us below. And all his links will be down there too. But, bro, we're going to jump back into the interview here. You said a little bit about it before, but what's been the biggest struggle in your career so far that you've had with this hip-hop thing?
Finances, scammers. You know
Scammers.
what I'm saying? Scammers, bro. They're like, and look, everybody comes across them. And I would like y'all to comment if you hear this part and you're an artist or whatever, or a producer.
Yeah, put them down below.
How many times have y'all, like, in say like a 12-month span, what's the most legit scammers? Not some like, hey, let me put you on a, like somebody that was like good at what they did and trying to get you, you know what I'm saying, came across. Like I had one time where
don't put their name, but put a number.
Yeah, I want somebody to just tell me, like, I come across 5 scammers a year or 1 a month or whatever. You know what I mean? I kind of like to hear that from people. If y'all hear this and y'all want to comment that.
I got one last year, bro.
Yeah, because I'm curious because I've gone through some. I will tell you, like, we don't have time to talk about it right now, but me and you could talk about that, like, and maybe whatever, maybe I come back on for that or something, whatever. But I'm talking about like some detailed. Like I was just telling you a minute ago, one time they paid my credit card debt, $432 to try, because they thought that they had me convinced. Listen, they thought they had me convinced to buy something that might have been legit, like in the industry. I forget what it's called, like an artist package thing, to where they can communicate. We could it's like a layout thing, and we could put like what the plan is. Yeah, and they were paying all my credit cards so that I could buy that with the credit. But I think they were going to steal the credit card whenever I bought that. You know what I mean? Send the credit card information for that. I don't know, but like that's not even the worst one. Like there's been some that have been like convincing, you know what I'm saying? But then they send a check to my house and ask me to go cash a check at Kroger, and I'm like, what? Which, you know what I mean? I don't have a bank account, whatever. But like, yeah, no, that shit was sketchy as shit. They were trying to get me in check frauds, and so there's been like a bunch. I've had, scammers. But finances too, because like I said, like I'm a single father, I'm a felon, I'm on child support. I'm a felon from like a long time ago, and it still haunts me. You know what I'm saying? And so like trying to fund this while trying to fund my life and my son, and being fair to the amounts that I give, you know what I'm saying, give out towards it, is it could be a struggle. You know what I'm saying?
100%. It's definitely a common thing that I've been hearing as we bring artists through the put up. It's always a struggle, the independent thing, right? Like finding the connections, the money, all this stuff, because you're finding it yourself, right? Record labels used to just kind of provide you with all that stuff when you
and the time to do that is also, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the legwork behind it all too. That time is money, right? Every moment you're wasting looking is money you can't make, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, so on the flip side, sorry, go ahead.
I was just caught a scammer yesterday, and I talked to the guy. Yeah, just caught one yesterday. So y'all let me know, but it's ridiculous. It's every week probably.
Okay,
and
so
I feel like I feel like that gives me confidence in my music because they think you get what I'm saying. Like if the music is trash, they might try to scam you. But if the music is good enough,
they might try and scam you.
They might try to scam you twice. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But
yeah, I love it.
Me,
Man, scammers, eh? Like I have stories. Like I said, I could go on for days just like you on different things that I've helped people out of after they've been scammed on here, right?
Right.
Okay, so what's your biggest accomplishment on the flip side of all this negativity? What's the most positive thing you've ever had happen in your career so far?
I don't really can't really encapsulate that in one thing, so I'll give you a couple.
Okay.
I performed and all right, look, quick short story. I'm good at that. Before I went to prison, whenever I was just freestyling and out in the streets and doing whatever and like hype manning and like supporting shows and helping grow shows in the local area that I was living in Missouri, my best friend became the promoter. So that's why I was helping him promote the shows, but I never took it seriously. I was out there slanging and having fun and getting females and getting whatever, you know what I mean? And so when I started this again, he had told me I was always waiting for you to take it seriously and put pen to paper like back then, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, what I'm getting at is when I went to my biggest show performance. So, granted, I knew the guy, but he told me it took me a while for me to get there. He told me, like, I'm not just going to put you on. You're going to have to, like, earn it. You're going to have to, like, grow and get good at performing, and I'm going to put you on, and I'll let you do a show up here. So I went up there and did a show in front of a packed house. It was like 250 to 300 people, bro, and that was really cool. You know what I'm saying? That was really cool. Just that experience, because you feel like that's growth or whatever. You know what I mean? Even if it wasn't, like, my show.
Epic.
You know what I mean? And then the other thing would probably be, it would be the other artists like Lil Infamous and Rome Music, who reached out to me and wanted to do a feature. I wasn't equipped. Like, I thought I was going to be equipped financially, and it was a really good deal. And, like, I'm not a big fan of, like, small artists, like, charging each other and just dragging weight and shit. But, like, he has 33,000 monthly listeners, and he hit me up. And so that was pretty cool. And then I've done one with Not a 5150. So really just to work with more not superior, but more artists who've already made a name for themselves it's a good sign, you know what I mean? And a good experience too, you know what I mean? So it's probably those two things,
Yeah, opportunities, finding those upward ticks in your career, those milestone moments, right? That you can like get to that next level and feel like you've advanced and you're staying at that next spot now, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's amazing, bro. Okay,
yeah,
so
I performed in like 4 states in 2 years and put out almost 100 songs. So I've been hard at it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a lot of
a little over 2 years.
Yeah, that's actually respectable. We haven't even done that much, I don't think. No, that's crazy.
It's quantifiable. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We all do different things. We all have different, you know what I'm saying, like experiences within it. But that was my goal, was to try to see if I could push myself so hard that it broke the dam, you know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Hadn't happened yet, but we'll see.
You know what I mean? You know what? Part of coming on here today is so we can help break the dam, right?
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Okay, so let's get a little technical for everybody right now. Like, how do you bring these ideas to life? Like, what techniques and tools do you use? Like, do you go to a studio? Do you have your own mic set up at your house? Like, how do you actually record and stuff?
Man, it's changed a lot repeatedly. I don't mean like progressively, due to like other things that go on around me and people not being who like reliable, like, you know what I'm saying? Like just the other day I had a guy
Jammers.
who I thought was gonna be a good friend and a producer, and he's like literally like gatekeeping my music because he wants to do everything his way. And it started rubbing me wrong, bro. I was like, bro, I'm just gonna disconnect from this. So I had a rock rap song that I made with him that'll probably never see the light of day because I stopped talking to him. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
But you know, really, what to answer your question is like, I don't have much, bro, that I'm working with. And to be honest with you, I have not mixed and mastered aside from like BandLab or Veloco or, you know what I'm saying, like on phone apps a lot, like an embarrassingly large amount of my music. I've just learned how to do the best with what I have. So that being said, to the people who don't have, keep pushing because like, you know what I mean? Like just learn. Like I was forced to learn like how to mix because I couldn't afford to just throw my demo at a producer and have him do whatever with it. Not all the time. You know what I'm saying? There's been times where I couldn't afford that. And then there's been times where, to be honest with you, I afforded it and didn't like it and just didn't even use it. You know what I mean?
Huh. That's an interesting point. Hey, you paid for it and it didn't come out the way you could have just made it.
It didn't come out the way I wanted it. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, no, that's cool. You know what I mean? Maybe we're not meant to work together. You know what I'm saying? From an
the reason I asked it, right, is because it's like when we're talking to independent artists, anybody watching that's also an independent artist, they need to hear this kind of stuff where it's like, you don't just have the money to afford everything every moment of your career when you're in this, right? And it's being able to do what you can with what you have, right?
Yeah, and learn. You know what I'm saying? Because if you think 100%. that you think that resources and production is the answer and having a producer is the answer, but you can't reach that, then you're gonna have to just do it yourself. Like Kanye again, like he did. You know what I'm saying? Like he did it all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No, and DJ crazy. Paul, you know what I'm saying? DJ Paul, which, you know, whatever. Like, I mean, he's a good rapper. Like, I'm not a big fan of Juicy as far as rapping goes, being a 3 6 Mafia fan, but like they still did what they had to do with what they had, and they came from the damn bottom. You know what I'm saying? So you
it
know,
is possible for anybody,
yeah,
right?
Perseverance. Yep.
Okay, so is there like a special or unique approach you take when you go to record something that isn't like any other artist? Something quirky that you do?
Well, there isn't necessarily. There is with the song that, you know what I'm saying, the next song that we play. I don't know if I should.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I should cover that now, if that's a good time for that.
Yeah, I think you should, maybe.
Yeah, but like literally, I just don't, like I said earlier, like I don't limit my creative expressionism to a design or keep the thought. I just like, oh, I keep the thought. I don't limit it to a design, and I don't like go back and correct it so many times that it's messy or choppy, you know. But like with this song, Demons, I wrote it and I was open-minded enough to try something different, like Ozzy Osbourne style. And it was too long. I wrote with emotion, and I heard the beat, and I literally just wrote. I got done writing, and it went a little bit further than the beat allowed for that verse. So I read it from the bottom to the top in reverse and made it fit.
That's crazy.
So really it's about being like open-minded and like trying new things that make sense to you at least. And not like, but like at the same time, not like coattail riding or like doing somebody else's way. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause it's all like, I feel like if I give you a song and you produce it and you take out the values that I wanted in it, regardless of that song succeeding or not, if my producer changed it so much that I don't recognize and resonate with it, doesn't matter if that song's successful or not. It takes away value from me. You know what I'm saying? As an artist.
Yeah.
So I just do 100%. Things, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like.
You know. Oh, that's cool. So we're gonna go hear it right now. Actually, let's hear what that sounds like, and maybe a little bit of a viewer discretion is advised. It's got a little bit of a sauciness to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's called Demons, and it's about them. My part specifically is about them trying to. I want fame, okay. In exchange for that, they want to take over my body. They want to control me. And you'll hear that in the song. You'll hear me talking about it. But I challenge anyone who likes the song well enough to try to like piece together what it says going the other way. But that's a lot of work. I haven't even done that. You know what I mean?
There you go. All right, well, let's roll it. Let's see.
these demons I try. Can't trust these thoughts in my mind. So reckless, so reckless. Can't fight these demons I try. Can't trust these thoughts in my mind. So reckless, so reckless.
I've been spitting in this bitch. I levitate when I get done. I'm spitting Sanskrit. Listen to the flicking of my tongue. All you bitches, you some pussies. When you see me, you go run. Cause you know lyrically, when I come through, I'm using Tommy guns. Drop a nuke, block the sun. You won't shoot, I got a gun. What you gon' do? Drop a poop, your motherfucker squad and run. Man, I'm the truth off in the booth. God's only one begotten son. Spit the truth to the youth and cause the rivers to flood. But no weapon formed against me ever shall prosper. Get every demon on your roster and still get cooked like a lobster. Fictitious fake snake, you're not Satan, you're an imposter. And if I'm God off in the flesh, then what is a monster? Plague.
Can't fight these demons I try. Can't trust these thoughts in my mind. So reckless, so reckless. Can't fight these demons I try. Can't trust these thoughts in my mind. So reckless, so reckless.
Worthless because of the demons inside of my pen and my pad in my mind. Now my arm is no longer mine as the beat scribbles backwards across the pad in the hardness of the darkness. I only wanted one wish, that is to become famous now. Now only evilness inside, and I can shout up to God, breathless, laughing in the dark, coming to all that's left is sinister smile. Under the spell, chanting evilness now, as I slowly become heartless. It reaches into me, taking parts from inside the darkness. So weakly I let the beat take me and making me heartless. What is this? My heart is going impotent, numb, filled with lies, screaming inside. Evil entities trying, driving me senseless. Battling a war with my mind's eye, feeling my way through the darkness. Now my heart is in the dark, like things you refine. So I hold on to my psycho side.
Can't fight these demons I try. Can't trust these thoughts in my mind. So reckless, so reckless. Can't fight these demons I try. Can't trust these thoughts in my mind. So reckless, so reckless.
Welcome back to the Put Up, everybody. I'm A.K.A. the Wizard, and we have Robin Hood of Rhyme with us this afternoon. And the song you just heard is Demons featuring Plague from him. Say more about that track real quick, bro, just for the people that are joining us for the first time.
That track took a long time. Longest, like I talk about not taking a long time to make stuff. It didn't take long to write, but I had to be passionate about wanting to release that track because I actually wrote that last July and I just released it this February. I had to find the right person to be on it and the right production quality for that track. I had to make sure that was a deal because, like, you know, productions, these fans out here got a good ear for that stuff. You know what I'm saying? These days, for real. Like, I was kind of surprised. Like, I grew up with like underground Memphis stuff, so like it really didn't matter, but it really didn't.
It's loose.
But, like,
it's definitely
loose.
loose.
So it took a long time to put that together, how it was there. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a lot
I mean,
to it.
I enjoyed it when I heard it too. It was great. And we're going to get on in the interview anyways, bro. We're going to talk about connecting to the fans. But before we do that, just real quick, like, share, and subscribe below. And actually, we have a merch link for a new shirt that we released for the Put Up for anybody watching that wants to support with the stream here. And also a sign-up sheet below if you're interested in being in this position with Robin Hood of Rhyme today. Same spot as him getting interviewed as an artist. So, yeah, look for that. But let's talk about connection to your audience, bro. How do you make your art relatable to everybody and connect to them on that level?
Man, that's a good question. To be honest, I stay honest and I stay true. I don't step outside of myself too much to where anything is forced or flawed or faked. You know what I mean? And that's really the best. answer I can give you. I ain't really thought about that much, but like, yeah, I mean that's just it. Being authentic,
authenticity
does more.
Yeah.
Does more. You know what I'm saying, for the soul of the music. You know.
Nice. Okay, so like, what do you hope everybody takes away from it after that? Like, what are they going to learn from the experience?
Lyricism and knowledge and like an open heart and open mind, maybe, you know, at some of my tracks, like to like look at things and distinguish you know, truth from reality, because reality we live in, truth is like superseding that, you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
100%. Yeah, it's like it's more true. Things can be happening, but it might be a lie. You know what I mean? Where the truth is the guaranteed reality of everything.
Right. You can live in reality all day long and get very little truth from it.
That's what I mean.
If you
It
don't
could
look
all
outside
be fake,
of
right?
like
AI.
your window.
AI is a perfect example of this, where we don't know what is real and not anymore, kind of thing, right?
Right.
So it's an interesting position to be in. So that authenticity is what drives everybody. That whole thing now, right? Is how much can we connect with the person listening and actually affect them, change them, or in a positive or whatever way that we're trying to, right?
Right. If it's not positive, I at least try to make them think and give them entertainment value. You know what I'm saying?
Like, right, and that might be the reason
for
that record. Right.
Yeah, I got a song called Sloppy Toppy, and it's completely not positive, but it's great entertainment value. You know what I mean?
And it might be just like a hype track or some other reason for it existing, right? Yeah, 100%. Okay, so let's talk about some projects. You have this new album coming up. Let's hear a little bit about what's coming for you. Like, what do you got next?
What I've got next is kind of what I've been trying to get to. It's well, I kind of made it alluded to it earlier. It's spiritual, but it's not tied to God as like a human God or a Christian God necessarily. It does give references because that's what I know and have experienced, but like I try to not tie them too tightly in, and then it gives like a positive spin on struggle and then overcoming and being positive about your message while still being real. And it's going to be called Pressure, and there'll be 7 tracks. It'll end actually with a track remake of Simple Man. Hopefully it's not done yet. I found somebody to be on it. I'm looking to make sure that I do everything I can with that track, like I did with Demons, you know what I'm saying, and some of the other tracks. So, you know, that's potentially I want to make sure, like, I love Leonard Skinner and I love the song Simple Man, so I just really want to do that song justice. And then, like I said, it's gonna be 7 songs. It's gonna be kind of like in order, you know, not like necessarily storytelling, but as in message and power of message, you know what I'm saying, and revelation.
Well,
so it'll be out in like June. It'll be out in like June. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about doing it on June 6th, but I don't want to speak too soon. You know what I'm saying? And Lil Wayne's got an album coming out that day, so that might be some.
Oh shit!
You know,
yeah, don't do it that day.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say the album cover.
The album cover, what?
Album cover. I just realized you said it was called Pressure, and there's diamonds all over it. It has to do with making a diamond, right? That's the metaphor.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But I just had that thought. I was like, wow, man.
Yep,
like
that's why. That's exactly why I did that. Pressure makes diamonds. You know what I'm saying?
That's so cool, man. I can't wait to hear that thing. And you said it's like the Ethos Change album coming up too, right? Where everything's a little bit more commercial-ish and stuff, right? So
right.
Dude, I can't wait. It's a progression of Robin Hood of rhyme, essentially, right?
Yeah.
I like it. Okay, so how can fans and everybody get involved with your work then? Like, we have your link tree below. Do you have a website? Like, how do people stay connected with you?
Really, the best way to stay connected with me at the present time, I've had a lot of issues, you know what I'm saying, I've been going through in my life during this season of creating music, you know what I'm saying? But like really the best way is like Instagram, Robinhood _of _rhyme. And that, if you go there, I just posted, because I can do this because I'm independent, snippets of all those songs I just discussed with you.
Right.
And then Robin _rhyme on Twitter. Those are the 2 most likely places to really find me. You know what I'm saying? And connect with me, or look for a feature, or just tell me that you saw me and listen to my music or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, IG and Twitter.
And also, we're gonna add a link. I forgot to mention earlier. I put up a new page on my website for the put up, and it has a listing of all the put ups that we've done so far in a list. So you're gonna go up on there, and you'll be a link on there. You can actually access you from there too. So.
Wait.
Yeah. Otherwise, man, that's the interview. Thanks for coming today. That concludes the interview. Thanks everybody that's here for coming today and watching the show with us. Robin Hood of Rhymes, amazing. Thank you for coming today, bro. Even after you were had food poisoning or something and having a rough time getting here today, and we still made it happen anyways, bro.
Hey man, tornadoes, food poisoning, and I still made it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so thank you so much for coming on here today, and everybody else have a great afternoon. Cheers.